Today we're traveling back to the 90s for today's What's in the Box. I guess that would mean there would be no YouTube to watch this on. Hey everyone, and welcome into the garage for today's What's in the Box. And you're probably wondering, why am I doing a What's in the Box for a kit that was released a little over 20 years ago? And if you had that question, that's a valid question to ask. And the reason is this. I was looking for something a little bit more modern to put the utility bed on from the Model King kit. I wanted something a little bit more modern, you know, not from the 60s, something modern. And there's not a whole lot of choices out there in the long bed category from this era. And doing my research, I was having problems finding what kits might actually work, because just the information wasn't great or easy to come by. I almost ended up with the AMT kit. That would have been bad because that is a short box, even though the box art clearly depicts it's a long bed. So I'm doing this for guys like me that may come along looking for information about this kit. We'll have some good information to go on. This was initially released in 1996 as the extended cab step-side bed, and then Revell in Germany, it looks like, is the one that released this version, the long bed standard cab with this type of bed. And then in 1997, Revell reboxed it, as you see here. Then it was reissued back in 2011 with the step-side extended cab, and then a new box for Revell Germany in 2018. So with that, let's get to it and check it out. And now we'll take a look at the body. And we'll start with the cab. So there is the cab. As you can see, the rear of the cab is a separate piece. And now we'll look at the bed. And starting us off for the actual parts will be the frame parts tree, which is, there it is. The wipers are also attached to this parts tree. Now moving on to the parts tree that contains the engine and other engine bits and some driveline parts, like the drive shaft and the exhaust. And moving on to the next part tree that has a little bit of everything: the firewall, front axle, rear axle, the springs. Moving on to the next parts tree, which is more of a body chassis parts tree. Tailgate up there is two pieces, front and outer inner. The rear or the bottom section of the cab is a separate piece. There's some frame rails, or some bed rails on the side. There's the interior bucket, center console molded in. And one other parts tree that has some more body pieces, some interior pieces, a little bit of everything pieces. The dash with the big hole cut out in it. Hood, rear of the cab, rear cab piece. You can definitely tell this is Revell Germany tooling. Now I'll turn our attention to the chrome parts tree, which you see has the wheels. You do have 5, one for the spare, which means you get a tire for the spare as well, and some engine bits over there, as well as the mirror faces, and then the front bumper headlight grill piece and the rear bumper. And now take a look at the tires, which from the 90s, since they're 90s tooled up tires, they do have sidewall detail on them. They do say Goodyear Wrangler RT, I think it is on there. You do get 5 of them. There's the tread pattern there. And moving on to the clear and transparent pieces and a exhaust header. It came off from the parts sheet, but it is there. So I'm actually pointing that out. So there are the clear, transparent pieces. You have the windshield, rear window, the front headlights, the third mounted stoplight, and looks like a coolant reservoir bottle there in clear. And the taillights, molded in transparent red. And now finally, the decal sheet. And you can see it is jam-packed full of decals. They went all, Revell and Revell of Germany went all out on the decals. Get a license plate, an interior gauge cluster, and an engine compartment decal. So that is going to about do it for this look at the 1997 Ford F150 long bed pickup truck kit from Revell. If you do end up seeking one of these kits out and you want to paint it with some Ford color match paint, you know where to go. Scalefinishes. I'm pretty sure Jameson will have no problems getting some 1997 Ford F-150 paint matched up for you, or mixed up for you. So on that note, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.